Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, we're going to be talking about Memory of Gelion. Is this the best Crucible or PvP artifact in the game right now? Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. So what does this exactly do for you? Well, here's the main perk, Gelion's Wit. Grants a detailed radar and radar persist when sighting with primary weapons. Alright, so basically third eye at all times for your primary when this artifact is equipped, and you get the radar as if you were rocking Keen Scout on a Night Stalker Hunter at all times while using Memory of Gelion. Very, very nice. Right off the bat, this definitely grabs my attention as a PvP player. Having that constant third eye while aiming down sights with your primary is actually an amazing thing. Of course, depending on how you use the radar. If you're somebody like me who relies on radar a lot, then you'll absolutely love this. You can always be aware of your surroundings while holding your primary weapon, whether in combat or not, aiming down sights or not. This does defeat the element of surprise. As long as you're somewhat wary of your top left corner, you'll be fine. And with the more detailed radar, you will get more of an exact idea of where the enemy may be. And of course, if you were somebody who mains something like Mida Multi-Tool or any other weapon with third eye, at that point, this artifact would pretty much be useless. And also Knucklehead radar, have to throw that in there. If you are somebody who rocks Knucklehead, I don't know many people that do, but if you do rock Knucklehead, yeah, at that point Memory of Gelion would not be necessary whatsoever, unless of course you just wanted the more detailed radar. So, what is Memory of Gelion's competition? Well, let's just quickly and briefly go over some of the other Iron Lord artifacts that may certainly compete for the #1 spot for best PvP artifact. So we have Memory of Fellwinter. This is the artifact that will give you an extra melee and grenade charge, but you don't get a super. Now this is a great sacrifice. The super is vital to your subclass, and also supers are usually pretty damn game changing within the Crucible match. Having an extra grenade and melee charge is very, very nice, but for me, losing that super is too much of a sacrifice. Just my personal opinion. Moving on to the Memory of Yolder. Alright, so this eliminates sprint cooldown. I think this is pretty damn cool and can certainly help in some situations, but I feel like it's not going to be that game changing. And once again guys, everything I'm saying in this video is just my personal opinion. Moving on to Memory of Purin. This is the artifact that will highlight enemies yellow if they have their supers and also highlight them red if they have low health. I can certainly see this being useful, and it gives you an idea of who to shoot and who to run away from. Memory of Radagast. This seems just more of like a fun thing to do. This is the artifact that will reflect just pretty much anything and everything with your sword. This definitely seems just more like a fun thing to do in the Crucible than a serious thing. Moving on to the Memory of Silumar. This one's actually very, very useful, but also very, very situational. This is the damage over time resistance artifact. So if an enemy is using Thorn, you'd be able to counter them very nicely and would certainly come in handy at that point. This would have been nice when Firebolts were in their prime. Moving on to Memory of Scory. So when the holder of this artifact has their super, they will regen any nearby allies' supers quicker, so the user of this artifact will have to hold on to their super in order for their artifact to be effective for their allies. It is somewhat of a sacrifice to hold onto your super and not use it. However, I can see this going very well for a Sunsinger with Fireborn in something like Trials of Osiris, where they're really holding onto their super for that right moment. And last but not least, Memory of Timur. This is the artifact when you melee a minor enemy, they have a chance to turn on their allies. This is a PvE thing, so we're just going to leave it at that. So we went over all the Iron Lord artifacts, guys. Please leave in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Crucible artifact is. Is Memory of Gelion the best Crucible artifact for everybody and anybody? Of course not. When it comes down to it, it's really all personal preference and what suits your playstyle the best. And for me, the obvious choice is Memory of Gelion. It certainly suits my playstyle the best. I rely heavily on radar. I know I'm a scrub, and it cannot hurt having that constant radar for your primary weapon. And of course, like I said, if you're somebody who mains something like Might Multi-Tool, then this probably wouldn't interest you whatsoever. You wouldn't need this artifact, and that's why I would love to hear your guys' opinions on what your favorite Crucible artifact would be. For me, hands down, Memory of Gelion has to be the best Crucible artifact. It blends with my playstyle perfectly, and it's just an overall solid piece of gear to have if you are into PvP whatsoever. It's just a nice thing to have. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more Destiny content, because I will be bringing it to you guys on the daily. Anyway, I will see you next time.